Hello students, today we are going to talk about fractions and how we can use a number line to get a good idea of how to visualize them. We will start by reviewing what we learned yesterday, and then I'm going to tell you some things you need to know in order to complete today's activities. Please get out something to take notes with and a ruler that measures inches if you haven't done this already. And we'll start. So yesterday we talked about fractions and representing them using area models that we have here is 3/8. 8 is the bigger number on the bottom because it is representing the whole amount. In this picture, we have 8 different spaces to make up our whole. And then we have a 3 on top of the fraction representing the part of our rectangle that is shaded in. So let's use an example of a pizza. This pizza is our whole. It is separated into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different pieces. Of those 8 parts, 3 of them are highlighted. Can you see how these 3 pieces are highlighted? So, to represent how many pieces we have highlighted out of our whole pizza, we have an 8 on the bottom, and we have a 3 on the top to represent how many of those 8 are highlighted. Great! So we know that a fraction is a part of a whole. So I have this orange rectangle here, and this is my whole. If I cut this rectangle in half, then I have 2 pieces, but both of them are 1/2 of the rectangle. These 2 halves are part of my whole rectangle because it is cut in half, and together they equal the whole larger rectangle. All right, let's think for a second of another way we can demonstrate this. This represents the length it takes to equal 1 rectangle. So basically, my orange rectangle is the same length as this line. Here's my orange rectangle, and this whole rectangle is equal to 1. This is my line here for 1. Now I'll draw a line for where I cut the rectangle down the middle. Each part of this whole rectangle is 1/2 of it. So here's 1/2 of the part of the whole, and here's another half of the part of the whole. And together they equal 1 whole. So if I just had this 1/2 of the rectangle, it's not going to equal 1. It's just a fraction of the part of the shape. See how it only comes this far on the line? It doesn't go all the way to 1. Similarly, if I just had this part of the whole rectangle, it would not equal 1 either. It just takes up a fraction of this entire line. But together, these 2 parts equal 1 whole rectangle. And you can see that it fills up this whole line. Now that we've learned how fractions can be represented on a line, to visualize how they are a part of a whole, let's practice using a line with fractions some more. Let's pretend that you wanted to exercise outside for an hour. So on your paper, please draw a line. Now I want you to label this line from 0 to 1. And this shows how much time has passed in 1 hour. The 0 means that no time has passed, and the 1 means that whole 1 hour has passed. Now we're going to pretend that you didn't exercise by doing just one activity the whole time. Instead, you're going to do 2 different activities. So on your paper, I want you to put a line to mark the middle to show that 1/2 of the time you were doing one activity and the other half you were doing another activity. Now these 2 activities will make up our 1 whole hour. For the first half of the hour, you are going to run, and for the second half of the hour, you are going to jump rope. So the time that you spend running is 1/2 of the total time. It's just a fraction of the amount of the time that you spend exercising. Similarly, the time that you spend jumping rope only takes up 1/2 of the entire time, just a fraction of our whole hour you spend exercising. So these 2 parts together equals our 1 whole hour of exercising. So let's think about this using an area model. I'm going to use a circle because we're going to talk about time. Since we're talking about time and clocks are round, but I'd like you to draw an area model, and if you would like to draw a different shape, you are welcome to do that. This circle that I have represents the time that I exercise for, and I'm going to divide it in half so that I spend time doing 2 different activities. One is spent on one activity and the second on another activity. Each of these is 1/2 of the whole total time I spend exercising. So you can see here, just on the number line, there are 2 parts to make up this 1 whole hour. Awesome! Now let's say that you decide you want to spend the next day exercising for 1 hour also, because that was really fun. So here you are coming outside, but this time you want to do even more than just 2 activities. This time you want to split your hour up to fit 4 different activities during your whole hour. Okay. Think about how you could break your number line up equally so that you could have 4 different activities to exercise within 1 hour. In a minute, I want you to pause the video and draw the number line, and then unpause, and we'll go over the answer. All right, so please pause your video. Welcome back. When you look at the paper, you should have a line, and you should have it labeled from 1 to 0 to represent 1 whole hour. And then you should have your line split into 4 different parts, just like this. Great work. Now you have your total time separated into 4 sections, and you can decide how you want to fill up each time section. So let's say that you're going to spend the first part walking, and then you're going to spend one of the 4 parts running. Next, you'll spend one of the 4 parts jogging. And last, you'll spend one of the 4 parts jumping rope. So you can see here that each of these 4 parts together equals our whole total time. So let's look at this again divided into an area model. Please pause the video and draw an area model divided into 4 equal sections, and then unpause it when you're done. Welcome back again. Your area model should look something like this, depending on the shape you used, with 1 spot for each of our 4 activities during the hour. Now, I'm going to show you something fun. This section that we are walking for is 1/4 of our time. The second activity also takes up 1/4 of our time, but it happens during the second part of our 4 sections. After this activity is completed, 2 out of our 4 sections are done. This third activity takes place during our 3rd section of time, so after it is completed, 3 of our 4 sections are done. And this 4th activity happens during the 4th section of our time, so after it is completed, 4 of our 4 sections are done. So this spot here is equal to 1/4. This spot here is equal to 2/4. This spot here is equal to 3/4, and this spot here is equal to 4/4, because all of our spaces are completed when this 1 hour comes. So this 1 is the same as 4/4. Let's look over at the area model. So we have 1/4 filled, 2/4 filled. When this one is here, we have 2/4 filled. When this one is filled up, we have 3/4 filled. And when this one's filled up, we have 4/4 filled. And having all of them filled equals our 1 whole circle. Okay, let's think about our fish model from yesterday. We showed that there were 4 out of 9 fish total colored pink and purple. So that's 4 out of 9. Now let's represent this these 9 fish on a number line. So we want to show that there are 9 total fish here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want to see that there are 4 of those 9 fish that are either pink or purple. So we can think about how we would find this. So 9 is our total. So the middle would, if we had half and half, both of them would equal 9. And we know that 4 plus 4 equals 8, and 5 plus 5 equals 10. So a number between 4 and 5 is going to be our middle. So the 4 out of 9, this is our middle here, and the 4 out of 9 is just before that, because 4 is not quite over half, is not quite half, and 5 is a little bit over half. So our spot right here, 4/9, is just before the halfway mark. Something helpful could be to use the inches on your ruler to think about dividing an inch into parts. So let's look at just this inch of the ruler. You can see that this inch is divided into parts. There are different ways that you can divide this, but let's split it into eighths. Thinking back to our pizza from the beginning, this whole pizza was divided into 8 parts. If we take 3 of these pieces of the 8 pieces of pizza, can we find the 3 out of 8 on the number line? So 3/8 is located right here because 4/8 is half of the pizza and 3/8 is not quite half, but almost. Now let's think about this looking without the eighth markers. So if we wanted to find 5/8 of the pizza, what should we do? Well, I know that 4 plus 4 is 8, and that's our halfway marker because 4 plus 4 are our 2 halves to equal the 1 whole. And 5 is a little bit greater than 8, so the fraction of the pizza for 5/8 will be a little bit right after the halfway mark, right here. Great work! Let's try some more. I have a bag of 8 marbles, and so we'll divide this ruler into 8 parts. And if I wanted to represent that there were 4 out of 8 marbles that were green, so I know that 4 plus 4 equals 8, so that 4/8, 4 out of 8 marbles are green, is going to be right here at the halfway mark. Now, if I had a different bag of marbles, and there were just 2 marbles in this bag, and I wanted to show that 1 out of 2 of them were blue, I would divide this into 2, 1 for each of the marbles, and I know that 1 plus 1 equals 2, so I'm going to put my 1 out of the 2 blue marbles is going to go right here at the halfway mark too. And so even though these fractions are different, they're both representing half of the bag of marbles. So they're equal to each other. Awesome! Now I want you to use your ruler and a paper and find each of these fractions' locations right here. So please pause this video and complete this activity, and then unpause it when you're done. Welcome back! Great work finding each of these fraction locations. Let's review, and you can check your work. So 4/16 should be right there, 2/8 should be right there, and 1/4 should be right there. Now, it's interesting, all of these fractions are in the same spot. All of these fractions are equal, and they all represent 1/4 of this whole